Volcanoes are among the most unforgiving natural forces on Earth. If you were to fall into one, your body would instantly bubble up and vanish without a trace in the molten lava. That raises an interesting question. Since volcanoes are so good at destroying things, could we use them to get rid of our trash? Has anyone ever tried it? And if so, how would we transport all our garbage to these fiery pits, and what dangers might come with it? In theory, using volcanoes as massive incinerators sounds like an efficient solution to our waste problem. Americans alone produce about 254 million tons of trash every year. Dumping it all into volcanoes might seem like a perfect fix, but it's far from simple. Despite their appearance, volcanoes are not nature's garbage disposals. They're dangerous, unpredictable, and difficult to access. The first major challenge would be finding a volcano that's both active and suitable for trash disposal. Out of the roughly 1,500 potentially active volcanoes on Earth, most are located far from populated areas for obvious safety reasons. Transporting massive amounts of waste to remote locations would be extremely expensive, and even if we did reach one, there's a chance it wouldn't be the right type. The ideal candidate for this task would be a shield volcano. These volcanoes erupt slowly and contain lava lakes where molten rock gradually flows out onto the Earth's surface. Unfortunately, they're relatively rare. Instead, most active volcanoes are stratovolcanoes, explosive and highly dangerous. Their eruptions are triggered by the buildup of pressure from gas and magma, making them incredibly risky for waste disposal. But let's assume we somehow find a cooperative active shield volcano. The next hurdle is getting close enough to dump our trash. The vent of a volcano is one of the most dangerous places on the planet, filled with toxic gases, flying rocks, and splattering lava. And it only gets worse when you actually throw something in. In 2002, Ethiopian researchers tossed a 30-kilogram bag of trash into a volcano, and the result was explosive. Lava lakes are extremely sensitive. Dropping something cold into them, like garbage, can trigger violent explosions of acidic pressurized steam. Now imagine doing that with an entire nation's waste. For perspective, rockfalls in Hawaii's lava lakes have launched molten rock over 85 meters into the air. A full-scale trash dump could produce similar or even more destructive reactions. Even if the trash made it into the volcano safely, that's not the end of the problem. Burning waste in an unfiltered environment would release harmful pollutants into the air. Not all materials would break down completely, and some toxic remnants could be ejected back into the environment, contaminating the surrounding area. For example, attempting to dispose of nuclear waste this way would be especially dangerous. On top of the environmental risks, there's the massive carbon footprint involved in transporting trash to these remote volcanoes. When you add up the costs and consequences, the entire idea becomes clearly impractical. If we're going to incinerate our trash, it makes much more sense to do it in controlled facilities where we can capture the heat and use it for energy production. Or maybe we could just shoot our garbage into space. That might sound like the ultimate solution: no volcanoes, no pollution. But then again, space disposal comes with its own set of problems. And that's a topic for another day.